Dear students, this is the second lecture on PLSQL, in which we will see the error handling in PLSQL, how it is done. Then we'll be talking about what are the named exception handlers, also what are the user named exception handlers, and how we can define our own exception. So under user defined exception handling, we'll see that. So to start with, these are the session outcomes. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand the concept of exceptions. Also, you will be able to comprehend the difference between system and user defined exception. You will also be able to handle system and user defined exceptions in PLSQL block. As well, you will able to understand the rules for exception propagation. So let us start with the very first concept. You might be familiar with that. What are the errors and exceptions? So when we are writing the PLSQL block, on this slide, you may see that there are three examples, the three ways of writing one particular block, but all three are not correct. In first and second, we can see some errors are there. And third example, which is the successfully executed example. In the first example, you can see that there is a problem with some syntax of select query. So select query, which is written here, if you can see that the select query is select name from EMP where EMP number equals to P number. So if you can see that whenever you are writing select query into PLSQL, the query should be like that: select name into some memory variable, and that memory variable should be declared, right? So it is already declared vname, so it should be select name into vname from EMP where EMP number equals to v number. So this is not written in that particular way. That's why the error message is shown by the Oracle engine, and this error is because of incorrectly written syntax. So when there is an error, normal program execution is not done because of there is a problem with syntax, that is called as compilation error. So at the time of compilation itself, that error is occurred. So that is the first case. The similar block is written here. Select query is perfectly fine, that select name into vname from EMP where EMP number equals to v number. So query is correct, the entire structure syntax is also correct, but still there is a problem. What is that problem? That is a no data found. Means whenever that Oracle engine is trying to execute this query, it will check the table first, EMP. In that EMP, it will try to find out employee number equals to V number, and V number is 778. So when it was searching into the table, where is employee number 778? It could not find that employee number into the table. That's why it has given the error, that is no data found. Now syntax was correct, it is compiled properly, but the exception occurred at the time of running the code. So this is called as runtime error or exception. And in third case, both the things are okay. The number 7788 is available into the table, that is one, as well as the syntax of this entire block is also correct. So it is successfully completed. So in the first case, the error came because of syntax error. This is called as compilation error. In the second case, there is no compilation error, syntax is correct, but error occurred at the time of running that particular block. So this is called as runtime error or exception. So we have to handle these conditions. So in Oracle, we are having basically two types of exception. The one type is there, that is a built-in exceptions, and another is there, that is a user-defined exceptions. exceptions are error conditions. Oracle has already defined certain error conditions. Those repeatedly comes when we are executing the PLSQL block, and those defined by Oracle are the built-in exceptions. Out of those built-in exceptions, some exceptions have got name. Oracle system has given names to some of the exceptions. Those are 15 to 20 numbers. Those are called as named built-in exceptions. But there are 20,000 plus exceptions. Those are already specified by the Oracle system, but the name is not given to those exceptions. Those are built in, but name is not given. Those are called as unnamed built-in exceptions. So built-in exceptions, two types, named exception and unnamed exceptions. Sometimes these unnamed exceptions are called as numbered exceptions. And the second category is there, that is a user-defined exception. Oracle has not defined these error conditions. These are the error conditions created by the users. That's why the name is user-defined exceptions. Now we can handle the exception with our own way by writing the block. We already have seen this block, that we are having declare section, begin section and end section. In that begin section, you can write the exception part, and under that exception part, you can handle the error condition. So this is the optional part, but if you want to handle, you can write the keyword exception and you can write what you can write if certain error condition occurs. Now we'll make it more clearer. What is the process? Now, whenever there is an error condition, for example, any SQL statement fails during the execution, immediately Oracle Engine has to take certain decision. So what is that decision? First of all, that error condition should be recognized by Oracle Engine. Once it is recognized as an exception, Oracle Engine has got the confirmation that this is something problematic situation, error has occurred. So immediately Oracle Engine takes certain decisions. What is that decision? It is already written into its memory that if this kind of error occurs, this is the action you should take. And that particular action for this error is called as exception handler. And those are built-in exception handler. So whenever that error condition comes, Oracle Engine search into that 15 to 20 named exceptions or 20,000 plus numbered exception. Out of that, one will be taken which will match to the error condition, and whatever code associated with that is there, that will be executed. That action will be taken. For example, XYZ error condition has occurred. So in that XYZ error condition, built in what is written, that action needs to be taken. This is the default exception handling. So generally it happens. So in that default exception handling, we are having some common and repetitive conditions. Those are named exception handlers. We are having numbered exception handlers also, 20,000 plus, that we already have seen. It is not having any name. Only numbers are given. For example, this is the one example which is given, minus 1414. This is one of the numbered exception. But sometimes what happens during the error condition, whenever that error condition occurs, whatever action is taken by Oracle Engine, that action sometimes is not understood by the user. What is that action? Some message will be displayed on the screen, and sometimes we could not get that what is the message which is written, exactly what is the reason of this error, that is not understood. So in that case, what we can do, built-in exceptions are there, but in that situation, as a user in our PLSQL block, we can write in advance that if this kind of error comes, Oracle Engine should not call its built-in exception. Rather, Oracle Engine should execute whatever I am expecting. So that is we are overriding that exception handling or exception handler. So Oracle Engine, we will say Oracle Engine, if some problem comes, Don't call your built-in exception handler. You execute the action whatever I am writing. This is called as exception handling. So how that action can be written? That can be written into the exception section. It is already given. So how it can be done? That we will see one by one. In summary, we have seen there are two types of exception handling. One is there, that is a built-in. Another is there, that is a user-defined. In built-in, we are having 15 to 20 named exceptions and 20,000 plus numbered exception. Now, how to handle this named exception? Name is already given by the Oracle system. What to do when this situation occurs, that is also written, but we don't want whatever is written by Oracle engine should be executed. We want in that